The people that you're attracting into your life are a reflection of your standards.
There is so much ego in the question, why? So much valuable time in a person's life that could be used to focus on winning is spent wondering why.
I'm going to tell you something that's real deal in the Holyfield. And when I say this, don't think I'm just talking to women. Men, I'm talking to you too. If you are vulnerable, if you are insecure, if you have severe abandonment issues, if you have rejection issues.
Men treat you so badly because you let them. He's running hot and cold because you let him. The honest truth is because you let him. A lot of times, yeah, and I've heard stories, including
This will be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of you out there, but the people that you're attracting into your life are a reflection of your standards. They're a reflection of how much you love yourself. They're a reflection of how well you treat yourself. If people aren't treating you well, it's because you don't treat yourself well. So you're drawing the kind of people that reflect your energy back to you. When you hold yourself to a high standard, not in a way where you hate yourself, so you're forcing yourself, but because you love yourself, you're eating healthy, you're going to the gym, you're doing the things that are enlivening your spirit, you're meditating, you're reading the books that are fulfilling your mind, you're bringing yourself toward the areas and careers that are fulfilling to your heart and your soul. When you're living in that way, the people that you draw into your life will reflect that quality. So if you want better people in your life, treat yourself better.
men treat you so badly because you let them. He's running hot and cold because you let him. The honest truth is because you let him. A lot of times, yeah, and I've heard stories, including some from my own friends and clients. A lot of times as women, I really don't know whether it's a competitive nature within us, but I've seen it from people and friends that I've spoken to. When a man speaks about their exes and the things that they didn't do or whatever, you try to do things to please him in hopes that you're considered better. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this: when you're dating, you shouldn't be worried whether you are good for them. You should be worried whether they're actually good for you. Boundaries and be firm with it. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself constantly asking why they treat you so badly. Sometimes you need to stop catering to them a lot. I see it. I see it in my male friends too, where they'll be talking to me about girls that they're dating and they want them to be cooking. Honestly, from when a man tries telling me, "Oh, can you cook?" or "Cook, can you do this?" I get the ick. Sometimes you have to realize that I am the common factor, and I say this because you need to focus on finding people that actually want to do things with you, not just people that like you to do things for them. This is where you're gonna get finessed. Early stages of any relationship, it's meant to be sharing, not transactions. Honestly, if I'm gonna leave you with anything, it's this: whenever you find yourself, why me? Why do they treat me so bad? Remind yourself, life gives you what you take. Life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't do fair. It doesn't do deserving. It's not because you deserve it, so you're gonna get it. Sometimes bad people get amazing things and good people actually end up being the ones that get finessed. The only way to get what you really feel like you deserve is to go for it, and to also put boundaries in place to make sure that you're not the one that gets lost along the way. But you shouldn't be expecting or waiting for some guy to treat you right just because you feel like you treat him right. And increase those standards, babes. Get some standards for who you're actually willing to actually date. A lot of times as women, we allow randoms in just because they've given us a little bit of attention, which is fine. But pay attention, be very observant, but pay attention, but also at the same time understand that you teach people how to treat you simply because of what you accept.
Y'all know there's a lot of men that been hurt by women and they want revenge and they don't see no good in no woman. It's all about the men. But when they go out, they looking for a woman to sleep with. They want to use you for a tool. They want to use you for a toy for pleasure. But ain't no feelings, ain't no love there. Because they only trust you to give them something to make them feel good, but not love for a lifetime. That's why you see men call women different names. She just want to give it up. Because that's all they really looking for. They ain't looking for no marriage. They ain't looking for no family. They don't have values to be a man. They don't have understanding to be a man. They still hurt little boy deep inside their heart. They look grown, but when they talk, yeah, there's a 15-year-old stuck in their body. And he look 40 or 50. So you see men talk about women all the time. Just know, whatever woman had them, she broke them down. That's why they don't want strong women, because they weak.
I'm going to tell you something that's real deal in the Holyfield. And when I say this, don't think I'm just talking to women. Men, I'm talking to you too. If you are vulnerable, if you are insecure, if you have severe abandonment issues, if you have rejection issues, you are like dog food to a dog. They take advantage of people like you. Opportunists, manipulators, users, and abusers can sniff out vulnerability, insecurity, and those type of issues from a mile away. These type of people study the art of manipulation. So when they see this in you, just know they are planning to eat your lunch. If you are not in a space where you have healed from those wounds, those insecurities, you have no business dating whatsoever, because you are prey to a dog. This goes for women and this goes for men.
A lot of men's deep-rooted trauma in dating comes from the fact that they deliberately chase and choose to date women who are out of their league. And there is usually an unspoken but mutually agreed rule that they will, in exchange for this woman's time and love, contribute to her or financially invest in her life. Now, this amount can vary from what you might consider a low amount to a very high amount, depending on how much money he has and also the level of the scene she's operating in. Now, where this agreement falls apart and men start to mend is that in the process of everything that's going on, they start to forget about the agreement and convince themselves that this woman really loves them for them. Now, while everyone deserves love, the game is the game, and sir, that is not what you signed up for here. Now, the anger and the rage that you see coming from these kind of men online and the vitriol, the red pill community, comes from the fact that they have the realization, because they're going through it, because either the chips are down or there's somebody more impressive that's come into the picture. And the woman who, for this, it's a business, I guess, thinks, why could I have you when I can have you? Or she thinks, why is it suddenly getting struggly over here? I did not sign up for struggle. I'm out. And they do what people do in business. They move on to the next opportunity. Now, as logical as men say they are, as business-minded as men say they are often extremely heartbroken by this. Crushed. Now, men are very forgiving of themselves when they use women fix. Oh, baby, the woman should have known better. She gave it. She had the choice. When they use women fix, they're clued up. They get front to back. But when them tables turn, honey, and women use men for money, they cannot comprehend. You are the foulest creature that ever walked the land, as far as men are concerned. And I, for one, just find the hypocrisy, because you lot are always screaming, the game is the game. Are you not? If I go in my comments now, I'll see 40, the game is the game. But it's never the game is the game when the game is played against you. Now, women, I personally don't encourage this, the game is the game lifestyle, because the scenario that I've just discussed is just a long road to everybody dying alone. And it's just unnecessary. But what I will say is we all need to start dating within our brackets. Like, stop chasing what's out of your league. And someone being out of your looks in one specific arena doesn't mean they're better than you. So someone can be out of your league in looks. That's the truth. There are a lot of men who are with women who are completely out of their league when it comes to looks. But then that man can be out of her league when it comes to, let's say, a career or finances. Like, I think we should all go for where we are in life. Like, in the main, I don't ever think it's going to be the best scenario for one party if someone is way out of their league in any area. Like, I don't think that's balanced. And I'm not saying you can't have access to those people. I'm just saying work on yourself to get closer to that league. Because the reality is you can rent it for as long as you like. If the money runs out, the money runs out. And whatever you've convinced yourself of, the truth is going to come and they might not match. So that's just a quick little word for the men. I'm sure they're going to love it. And ladies, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Ladies, when a guy is mean or rude or vulgar or is digging at you, it's not because he doesn't know what he's doing and accidentally he has done it, accidentally he has hurt your feelings. No, men are not that stupid. Majority of the time we do it on purpose. And if he's doing it on purpose, then what is the point to take it personally? What is the point to take the game personally? It doesn't make sense. Reply to a game with a game. What's the best reaction to this? No reaction whatsoever, because he does not deserve to see you get upset. He does not deserve to see you getting hurt, because it's his intention to hurt you. So don't satisfy it and don't react instead.
There is so much ego in the question, why? So much valuable time in a person's life that could be used to focus on winning is spent wondering why. Why did this happen to me? Why don't they love me? Why can't I get this thing that I feel I deserve? Not understanding that why is so far beyond your stratosphere and pay grade. So, we talk about dating and relationships on this page. So if we look at it through that lens, so there are a lot of women who are treated badly by men who are consumed in their heartbreak with the thoughts of why that man did what he did, why he didn't love them, why he didn't reciprocate. But if I then turn around to you and say he's a narcissist, because I know women, we love that word, then what? The answer is he did all that because he was a narcissist. So what happens now? And a lot of women waste time and stay in certain situations because they're trying to figure out the why. Not understanding that, darling, most of the time the damage was done before you were even thought of. This was always going to happen. It is not a unique situation to you. It is a result of interacting with this man. And instead of trying to figure out why, you would be so much better served trying to figure out what next. What did I learn in that situation dealing with that man? More specifically, what did I learn about myself? What could I have done better? What will I do better next time? And the reality is, even if you did everything you could do, where you went wrong is you gave too many chances, is you didn't notice red flags. And that's not your fault, but it is an area in which to grow and develop so that you don't fall victim to the same behaviors next time. There are a lot of people dating unsuccessfully because they're just dating with these two eyes. When it comes to men and interacting with them, you need to date with your third eye. And only people who self-assess, who look at situations and take their accountability, that doesn't mean the other person doesn't have accountability or much more accountability. It just means that you take your own accountability in that situation. The people that are able to do that are able to take lessons learned from a situation. When you have situations and you take lessons learned, eventually you're going to get to a place where you are improved, where you see things quicker, where you understand things better, and you can more accurately learn men, understand men, talk to a man, know what he's doing, know what he's planning, know what he's scheming, and be on the other side of that. Sitting in why does not help you do that. Why closes your third eye. So with whatever you are going through right now, because we are women, I know we are going through something. Just practice, look at it and think, what could I have done differently? What will I do differently next time? What have I learned from this man that I can use, when I'm dating the next guy? It may seem silly, but accountability and taking those lessons learned and applying them makes such a big impact on your dating life. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
I'm going to say this, and I mean what I say. Any man that comes into your life and does not have the intentions on helping you is going to be your biggest downfall. If a man is trying to mess with you, he's coming into your life, he's trying to deal with you, he's trying to sleep with you, he needs to come with something, because a lot of these men try to confuse you and convince you that you need to have some value to sit at his table, as if he's not pursuing you. I've dealt with men, and I'm pretty sure other women have dealt with men who come into your life and try to tell you, oh, you don't have this together, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. And sometimes a lot of these men will have certain resources, or they will have certain things that could assist you. And instead of actually stepping in and assisting you, not necessarily financially, but just with some type of advice sometimes, or even just other resources, instead of offering you those things, or instead of giving you those things, they're too busy trying to downplay you or talk down on you or keep you from those resources. A lot of men just want to be above you at all times, so they don't even want to assist you or see you grow, because they don't ever want to feel like they're beneath you, and they don't ever want to feel like you're doing better than them because they're in competition with you. Get away from those types of men. I watched a whole video about a young lady was basically talking about a dude that she dealt with, and he was beating her down, telling her about how she didn't have a certain credit score, how she didn't have a certain amount of money in her account. And it's like, as the man that I'm dealing with, if you feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or even if you love me enough, and I'm not saying you have to leech off no man, but any man that actually loves you and wants to deal with you and actually cares about you, if you're not where you should be, or you don't have a certain amount of money, he's not going to beat you down about it. If anything, he's going to give you that amount. For real, for real. If anything, he's going to teach you how to build your credit score. If anything, he's going to teach you how to get to that car, or that home, or that job, or that career that you want. He's going to be an aid to getting you where you need to be, because he's a man and he leads. Does he not? A lot of women also like to piggyback off that and tell you, oh, you need to already come prepared and all this other stuff. But these are also the same women who are either single or typically end up with a man who's leeching off them. Let's state some facts. Again, if you're dealing with a man who beats you down, or does not make you feel better, or does not help you, instead of beating you down, like he has something to say about every area of your life, but does not want to assist you in those areas, you need to get rid of that man, because that man is not the man for you. That man is not your man. Not saying he belongs to another woman, but he damn sure don't belong to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the video. If you found value, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. You heard what the men and ladies had to say about this topic, so it's up to you to take the advice in case you are in a situation. And please, if you are in a situation like this, leave during broad daytime. Do not wait for something, to happen to alarm you, then you will leave. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.